Welcome back to the engine hoist crane and of course Kawasaki project. This episode we're going to be doing something quite different altogether. Possibly. Yes, it's back from Ricky Boobies, having stripped out the Chevy motor from the Porschette. And you might think it's a bit of a sledgehammer to crack a walnut, and it probably is, especially for that, because that's not going to weigh anything once we get it all loosened off. But it just makes life easier, honestly, than messing around with other stuff. And what I really need to do is get something on the ceiling there, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. First off, we're going to be removing the forks that we're going to be using from the R6. And I'm going to keep them intact with everything, wheels, the lot. Don't see why not. Might take the triple tree out once we got it all off, just to get that bottom bearing off. And of course we're still waiting for the bearings from All Balls Racing, but they're on their way. Meantime, most of the Kawasaki front end is going to a lovely chap in Florida who's already bought some bits and pieces off me, and he's restoring his KZ that had been bobberized. I fully understand, not a fan of bobbers, so he's putting his back to as original as possible. And he's taking the forks, the switches, he's already got the front mudguard. There's a couple of other bits and pieces that he's requested. Oh yeah, foot pegs. Indicators as well, yes. So it's nice to help people that are looking for these parts. And of course, it all goes against the cost of the purchase of the bike in the first place. No, you don't care. When's he going to get on with taking the forks off? Alright. Let's fork off. But before we do, I've been busy. Yeah. So, votes please. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6. Who likes what best? Right, so we're all positioned up, and what Rick forgot to bring over was the chains. So I'm just using a strap, because like I said, there's no weight in this. This is a frame. And obviously it's a lightweight frame. That's how they make the bike go so fast. So, yeah, that'll be fine. So, first job, big arse socket, yeah. Biggest arse socket, apparently. I bought these for the Suzuki GSXR front end, I think. Don't know if it's the same size or not, but anyway, we're going to get that baby off, and that fits on there nicely. Stage 1. It's a 36mm, in case anyone's interested. I think it's a 35mm. There's a little bit of slack in there, but hopefully it will come off. Well, that came off nice and easy. I don't remember taking this off, but then I can't remember what day of the week it is. Perhaps I did, I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Next up we'll be loosening off the actual top yoke with these boys here, and then kind of lifting that over the bars, over the fork posts. Okay, with those loosened off and a little leverage from our friend the large screwdriver or any other pry bar type device, we're over the top of that now, and those will just pull off, except I need somewhere to kind of hang them temporarily. There you go, that's those out of the way. Oh, I know, multifaceted tool, isn't it, this old engine hoist? Anyway, so next up, loosen off those boys. Yes, both of them. Boy, they didn't want this to come undone, did they? Yeah, I've only got the top nut on the Honda. Now, there's several ways to get these kind of nuts off. First off, there's a right and a wrong way. First off, this boy seems to come, so I've taken the top washer off. This boy seems to come down and lock them again. I mean, super safe. Very impressed, Yamaha. So I guess we need to lever that out of the way. Or maybe that just lifts out. It just lifts out. There you go. Look at that. Okay. Putting these on the bench in the same order that they came off, so then it should be fairly easy to put back on. Mind you, that'll be a way off because we've got to take these forks off first. So next up, these type nuts. You can either knock them off with a screwdriver, flat blade, or if you've got one of these tools, that's the right size, and I don't think this is, unfortunately, but you basically clamp that into one of the slots and then just start oh well, there you go, just start turning and it hinges on itself. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that second one I had to employ this method, just a little screwdriver, a little tap, honestly, you know, don't need a sledgehammer to get that off. Never seen this many devices just to hold the front fork. So now we're down to that, and I'm thinking if we start lifting the crane, that might just drop out. Let's have a go. One notch and it all went horribly wrong. Yeah, so much for the side stand. Thank God for that. Bearings. That'll be the bottom bearings, because those bearings are still there, I guess. No, the bottom bearings must still be in. Where the hell did that come from? Doesn't matter. It won't be easy. Glad it fell that way, not the other way. Complicated. One complete front end. Complete with brakes. The other thing which is easier than expected is this bottom race, because normally that's a complete bastard to get off, and I mean it's just loose. So that's kind of unexpected, at least, shall we say. Not sure about that. Oh well. We'll have to wait and see what turns up from All Balls Racing. But there we go, one set of forks. We could make a unicycle, couldn't we, Mr. Schneeberger? No, I'm not making jewellery. I just thought this was the best way to keep these all in the right order. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to hang them there over here. Why not? Lovely. So that's that knocked out. The nut off. I presume I'll just give that a smack with a hammer and it'll come out the other end, which will just leave kind of the rear shock. Hope that's not going to spring out and break me on. It might. I'll let you know. It's official. The R6 is over. Yeah, that took a big clout from a big Thor. But yeah, there's the back end. Oh no, it's very sad, isn't it? It's kind of a cool bike. Whatever. It's done. And it's gonna live on in various forms. Yep, the front end's going on the new Kawasaki project, and of course the motor's going into the bumper car. Okay, one R6 compact. Yeah. So amongst the wreckage is obviously the front end, which I'm actually really excited about fitting to the Kawasaki. This project's steaming along. Obviously there's time-consuming stuff to do, like cleaning all that motor down and painting it and whatever I'm going to do with it. Tidying up the electrics won't be a lot. I'm not going to reroute anything. It's fine. Yeah, it all works. So yeah, paint's probably going to take the longest time, as you may be well aware. Alrighty, it's been a long day, and we're halfway through the fork swap, obviously. But I'm just been doing a bit of measuring, and I reckon the whole fork swap's going to drop the front end by 2 to 3 inches, which is substantial in terms of the stance of the bike, or stance, about which I'm very happy. So that's good. But more than that, obviously, we've upgraded the braking capability like 200%, and better tyres, better forks, all in all. Let's just hope that it's as easy to put back this as it was to take it off the R6. All depends on those bearings and the compatibility of the whole exercise, which wasn't so easy when we did it on the Honda, so we'll see how that works out this time around. Time for an early bath. As you can see, we are proceeding with taking the forks off the Kawasaki. I've removed the front wheel already. I have unplugged all the wires that go through the handlebars. I've got a guy that wants the switches, and so I give him the bars as well because they're fed through the bars, which is very sensible. They're not on his model, so he's got the choice now. Anyway, I have separated these, so all those ones in the bundle are the right hand switches on the handlebars, i.e. kill switch, starter button and high beam, and then on the other side is all the electrics. They're all electrics, all the lights, low beam, high beam, horn, all that kind of stuff, indicators. Yeah, so I'm just going to remove the bars, get them out of the way so we can get to that main nut and then pull the tree. Okay, now we've got better access to that nut, and it's a 27mm again, as was the front wheel actually, just FYI. Okay, let's get it going. That's that top bolt removed, as opposed to a nut. And so I think what I'm going to do is loosen off the triple tree there, and there, and there, and remove that from the top. Might even slide the forks out, and then we'll get the rest of the main stem out. So there's the headlamp ears, which I've never seen like this before. So it's actually a shaft that the forks go through, and they're welded to it. And over here we have now knocked this off to reveal that boy. Don't think our special tool's going to work, so I think we're going to have to resort to a screwdriver for that one. Big old flat blade. Anyway, we'll give it a go. This funny tool, remember this? That goes in there. Actually, it might work. That seems awfully loose, but nothing on this bike is too tight actually. That is coming. Lovely. I think it was fairly well maintained, you know, everything's greased up nicely, and not one stroppy bolt yet, which is quite remarkable for a bike at this age. And it's 45 years old, right? Amazing. And there it is, free, and of course ball bearings all over the floor, because there is no captive race. They just sit in that collar at the bottom there. I don't know how you get, well, I mean they're greased up, but they fell out. They're all over the bloody floor. Whee! No. Likewise at the top, see? Just sat in there. Anyway, we'll have to get those out. We'll have to get the, oh, there's a few left in there. Yeah, we'll have to get those races out, I think. For the time being, we're going to leave them in and just offer up the other forks and see what we got in terms of length. Yes, these boys. Oh no, it's like a graveyard in here. Wrong bearings in there, we're waiting for the right ones, and I spent 10 minutes looking for the top nut for there, just because I thought it would be an idea to put it on. I knew I'd put it somewhere safe, like there. Yeah. Obviously that bottom original Yamaha bearing is restricting proceedings in terms of the shaft getting the full distance up, but you know, that probably gives us at least 5mm down there. And then as you can see at the top, I haven't actually got the handlebars on fully, just over the two boys there, but as you can see at the top, we got plenty of thread showing through, and that's good. And actually I've got the bottom one of these on just to hold it vaguely securely for the time being. So, all very encouraging. That is now fully off the chains. As you can see, they're slack, just slack. So it's sitting on the side stand, and that's the new stance. Like it, love it, actually. Wow. Let's hope the bearings arrive shortly and we can put it together properly. But I'm loving that. Got to get rid of that Yamaha sticker, obviously. It's so much easier second time round. Well, I think that's about it for the forks off episode, and I think we've already broached into the forks on episode. We'll finish that off later. So thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, and of course encourage others to watch my lunacy.